I hunted out a season. It has nothing to do with the gun. The gun just happens to be a tool. And trust me, there are people that hunt out a season that don't use guns. In fact, they prefer not to use a gun because there are other more silent methods, so they get less of a chance of getting caught. It's called crossbows, bows and arrows, and slings, even blow darts, actually. So depending on the game. I mean, obviously, I don't think a blow dart, unless you poison the tip, in which case you really can't eat the meat, I don't think, if you poison the tip of a blow dart. But, other game, smaller game, like, squirrels or rabbits maybe, certain kinds of birds, fowl, if you can hit it with a blow, yeah, people do. And slingshots. So don't try to force me to live your way. And because isn't that what you tell us? Especially when it comes to abortion. Oh, you don't have the right to get in a woman's womb. You don't have a right to tell a woman what to do with her own body. But you're trying to tell me what to do with mine. Gay people say, well, you don't have a right to tell me what I can and can't do in my own bedroom. Well, you're trying to tell me what to do in mine. As a matter of fact, we could tweak these too, but here's something from Yahoo. 5 lessons Congress could learn from preschoolers. Lesson number 1, play nicely with each other. Well, this is, can't we all just get along? And those words are now definitely immortalized because he passed away not too long ago, right? A couple of years ago. Rodney King. Yeah, I think he did. That was a heart attack, natural causes. I don't recall. But yeah, he said, can't we all just get along? So play nice. Number 2, you need to clean up your mess. How we have preschoolers, we force preschoolers to pick up after themselves. You play with the toy, you put the toy away. You put the toy on the floor, you pick the toy up. You have all the crayons on your table, you pick up the crayons and you put it away. You clean up your mess. We make preschoolers clean up their own messes. So here's the deal. Congress created the fiscal cliff. Congress was the only one that could clean it up. Clean up your own. You guys in Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hills all across the country, you guys are the ones that really create the mess. Clean it up. We the people don't have the power other than voting for you or not. But once you get in office, we really don't have the power to force you to do anything. We really don't. I hate to be honest with people, but on this point, but once a politician gets in office, he can do whatever he damn well pleases. The only thing that keeps him from doing most of the time, doing from whatever he damn well pleases, is the fact that he wants to get reelected. Which is why Obama doesn't really care at the moment. That's why he's being so belligerent and so childish. Because at this point in time, he can't get reelected. He's done. He's a lame duck guy. Lame duck president. Number 3, no one wins every time. Nobody wins all the time. Even undefeated teams have had the people on undefeated teams have had their losses somewhere. They don't win all the time. They don't win in everything. I mean, I guess it's, it maybe Obama did win all the time. Maybe Obama never lost. I don't know. But because he sure acts like he sure throws a temper tantrum when he doesn't get his way. You don't get your way all the time. It's just the way it is. You finish your work before you go and play. Congress. You pass a good budget before you go away on vacation, before you go away on break, before you go anywhere and do anything else. You do your job. You do the work before you go and play. But these guys, they seem to get it backwards. Well, if we don't get it now, we'll come back to it. I mean, I'm sorry, but they should not have left for Christmas break. No, they should have been in D.C. in the chambers on December 25th. Doing their jobs because it was important for the nation. You don't go, I mean, excuse me, how many times, I know my mother used to always say, got to do your homework before you can play. Do your work before you get to play. And number 5, you have to listen to everyone. This goes for both sides. Both sides of the political aisle. Because, we are a nation of people. We're a nation of over 310 million people. Do we all think the same way? Obviously not. So that means that we've got a lot of good people out there with a lot of good ideas from both sides of the political aisle. And that's why you need to have honest debate, not belligerent, not name-calling, not childish, but honest adult debate. Discuss the ideas and how we can make the best of everyone's ideas come together and work together for the greater good. Now, let's face it, Republicans don't have all the good answers. Neither do liberals. Democrats. Conservatives don't have all the good answers. Neither do liberals. Well, yeah, we all, be frank, I think the conservatives have a lot more ideas that are good than the liberal Democrats, but Democrats sometimes have some good. We got to talk to each other like we're adults. Talk about the ideas, not throw rocks at each other and put each other down. Listen to everyone. Listen to everyone's ideas. Yeah, some ideas are absolutely outlandish and stupid. Some ideas, hey, remember this, the thought of flying was an absolutely ludicrous idea. But guess what? We found out it's not so ludicrous after all. It's a fantastic idea. Just saying. You got to learn that, Rodney King was right. Can't we all just get along? At least act civil towards one another, especially if you're in government. And that means Boehner should not run around saying the F-bomb at Harry Reid. Although I do understand why he said it. I'm not gonna lie. I fully understand it. But Boehner is the number, he's number 2 in line of the presidency after the president. I don't know, some people say, no, he's number 3. Really? Who comes before the Speaker of the House to be president in the line of succession? Well, the vice president? Oh, who else? Well, that's it, just vice president. So he's second in line. Well, no, he's third in line. No. President's already president. He's not in line to be president. He's already president. Some people can't fully understand this. I don't care how you explain it to them. They still don't understand it. He's third to be president. No, he's not. Speaker of the House is second in line for the presidency, according to our Constitution. It goes, if the president who's elected is already president, he can't become president, he's already president. If he's incapacitated for any reason and cannot fulfill his duties and obligations of office of the president, then the vice president is next in line to become president and fulfill those duties and obligations of the office of president. If the vice president, or there is no vice president, cannot fulfill the obligations and duties of the office of president, the next person in line to do so, to be eligible to do so, is the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Second in line. It's just, I guess I have to do it this way for people to fully understand. Prince William, what is he? Oh, he's second in line to the throne. Really? Yeah. Well, how is that? Because Charles is before him, his dad. Yeah, but there's nobody else. It's his grandmother. Uh-huh. think of the Speaker of the House as being the grandson of the president. Oh. Now, isn't that stupid? That's how people have to get it. But believe it or not, it is. It is akin to the Speaker of the House. Now, could you imagine if Boehner was actually the grandson of Barack Obama? I'm sorry. That was just a really nasty thought that came across my. Well, I said it, and you know, it can't be changed. Gingrich to Congress. Newsmax story says to Obama, stop, or says to Congress. Gingrich says to Congress, stop Obama from doing anything unconstitutional. Now the House can put a check on the president's power. Again, this is also part of the brilliance of the Constitution. Now, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, said Republicans should use the upcoming debt ceiling talks to craft legislation that would block Obama from doing anything that is unconstitutional in light of the administration's suggestion they may bypass Congress to craft laws banning certain types of guns. Now, in March, the Congress has a continuing resolution, Gingrich told Newsmax. The government is going to run out of money. The Congress has to pass the continuing resolution. They should put in a prohibition on spending to block anything that the president does that is illegal. Congress has absolute authority to control spending. The House Republicans should craft into the continuing resolution a rule that the president is blocked from doing anything unconstitutional, and therefore not fund any unconstitutional act or mandate or executive order. Because if you don't have the money to do it, then you're not going to do it. And if they do not fund it, if Congress says you will not fund this, he can't take money from someplace else to fund it. That's why they call it a budget. Another reason why the Democrats don't want a budget, because it's easier to commingle the funds that way. Oh, we don't have a real budget here, so we can shift the spending around if we want, because we don't have a budget. And that's the truth, by the way. That is the absolute truth. If you don't have a budget, you don't have a limit. 2, if you don't have a budget, then nothing within the so-called quote-unquote budget is budgeted. So it's floatable. So you could say at the beginning of the year that this particular department has, let's just say if you don't have a budget, you can say that the housing department has $1 million a year budget. But then something happens during the year, and you decide that the housing department actually needs $1.5 million. Well, since it's not budgeted, really, in a past budget, they could just shift the funds from another department and give them $500,000. Because it's not a real budget. It's floating. I hope. Look, don't doubt me on this. This is why, over the last 4 years, the stupid Democrats, especially in the Senate, do not want a budget. Because, 1, it would limit them, and 2, it would have put all the onus on Barack Obama. And if they do it now, it is definitely going to. There would not be a way at all to blame George W. Bush if Congress actually did their job and passed budgets. Come on, folks. Why do you still doubt me?
I always loved watching the kids play basketball. I still do, even though things have changed. It's funny, they can't find jobs to get their careers started. And I can't afford to retire. And now we're all living together again. I supported President Obama because he spoke so beautifully. He promised change, but things changed for the worse. Obama started spending like our credit cards have no limit. His healthcare law made health insurance even more expensive. We've had stimulus and bailouts. Obama added almost $16,000 in debt for every American. How will my kids pay that off when they can't even find jobs?